รายการประจำชุดวิชา 11304 ภาษาอังกฤษสำหรับเจ้าหน้าที่สำนักงาน English for Office Staff สาขาวิชาศิลปศาสตร์ มหาวิทยาลัยสุโขทัยธรรมาธิราช แผ่นที่ 5
Activity 18. Speaking. A. Listen and repeat.
1. Would you take care of our guest, please?
I'd be delighted.
2. Would you look after our guest, please?
I'd be happy to.
3. Could you take care of the ladies, please?
With pleasure.
B. Listen and respond. Respond to the requests. Example:
Would you take care of our guest, please?
I'd be delighted to.
1. Would you look after Mr. Smith while he's waiting for Mr. Wright? 2. Would you keep him company while he's waiting for Kun Weada? 3. Could you take care of Mrs. Kent while I go out? 4. Can you take care of Mr. Saka while Mr. O'Connor is busy?
C. Listen and repeat.
1. Would you take a seat, please?
2. Would you take a seat while you're waiting for Miss Baxter, please?
3. Would you like to take a seat, please?
4. Would you like to take a seat while you're waiting for Mr. Wright, please?
5. Please take a seat.
6. Please sit down and wait.
7. Would you like to sit down and wait?
8. Would you sit down and wait for a few minutes, please?
D. Listen and respond. You will hear a voice say a name or names. When you hear a name or names, invite the person or persons to sit down. Example:
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith, would you like to take a seat while you're waiting? Would you like to take a seat while you're waiting, Mr. Smith?
1. Mr. Walsh. 2. Mr. Walter and Mr. Jackson. 3. Mrs. Reynolds. 4. Mrs. Walter and Mrs. Kim. 5. Mr. Walter and Mrs. Kent.
Situation 4. Listen to the dialogue and fill in the blanks with the missing words. Wiada has come into reception to meet the visitor.
Mr. Johnson's secretary is here now, sir. May I introduce Miss Wiada, our executive secretary? Miss Wiada, this is Mr. Goodman.
How do you do, Mr. Goodman?
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Would you please come with me to meet Mr. Johnson, our managing director, sir? After that, we'll take you to your hotel. How was your journey, sir?
It was very pleasant indeed.
I'm glad to hear that. I hope you have a pleasant stay in Thailand, although you'll find the weather here a little humid. Oh, here we are. Mr. Johnson, our guest is here now.
Please come in.
Mr. Johnson, may I introduce our guest, Mr. Goodman? And this is Mr. Johnson, our managing director.
How do you do, Mr. Goodman? Welcome to Sukhothai Trading Company. Please take a seat.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like coffee or tea?
Black coffee, please.
Wiada, would you please take care of our guest now?
With pleasure, sir. We'll take you to your hotel now, and this afternoon we'll pick you up at 1:15. The meeting with the members of the board will be at 2, sir. I'll give you a brief description of our company before the meeting. It won't take more than half an hour.
That's fine, Miss...
Viyada, sir. Please just call me Viyada.
Thank you. Weirda.
Activity 20. Speaking. A. Listen and repeat. 1. May I introduce Mr. Wright, our sales manager? 2. How do you do? 3. Let me introduce Mr. Surya, our personnel manager. 4. I'm pleased to meet you. 5. I'd like to introduce Mr. O'Connor, our production manager. 6. I'm delighted to meet you. 7. This is Mr. Jim Jones, our shipping manager. 8. It's a pleasure to meet you. B. Listen and respond. You will hear a voice naming 2 persons, each with a title. You must introduce them to each other. Try to use a variety of patterns you have studied for each situation. Example.
Mr. Harris, a representative from Siam Company, and Mr. Kitty, the purchasing manager.
Mr. Kitty, may I introduce Mr. Harris from Siam Company? Mr. Harris, Mr. Kitty is our purchasing manager.
How do you do, Mr. Harris?
It's a pleasure to meet you.
1. Mrs. Ratana is the sales manager of Watana Limited, and Mr. Jones is the shipping manager of STC.
I'm glad to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
2. Mr. Tongchai is a sales representative from Meta Inc., and Mrs. Rodney is the secretary to the director of Wilco & Son Company.
How do you do?
I'm pleased to meet you.
3. Mr. Pratin is the shipping manager of Shark Limited, and Mr. Watson is the managing director of Siam Inc.
I'm glad to meet you.
How'd you do? 4. Miss Prani Metawan, secretary to the shipping manager, and Mrs. Jacobs, the executive secretary of Tita Limited.
How do you do, Mrs. James?
How do you do, Miss Brownie?
C. Listen and respond. You will hear a voice introducing one person to another. You act as one person and respond to the introduction. Example.
May I introduce you to Miss Weada, the executive secretary. Miss Weada, this is Mr. Clark from New York.
How do you do? I'm pleased to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
1. Mr. Norman, please let me introduce Miss Weada.
I'm pleased to meet you too.
2. Miss Weada, may I introduce Miss Price from OA Company.
How do you do, Miss Weada?
3. Dr. Blunt, I'd like to introduce Mr. Sakrakun, our sales representative.
How do you do?
4. Mrs. Burtz, allow me to introduce Mr. Sak Sakrakon. Mr. Sak, this is Mrs. Burtz.
I'm glad to meet you too.
Activity 21. Speaking. A. Listen and repeat.
1. Would you please follow me this way, please? 2. Would you come with me this way, please? 3. Would you now like to come with me? 4. Did you find your journey pleasant? 5. Did you have a pleasant journey? 6. How was your trip? 7. How do you like the weather? 8. How do you find the weather? 9. How do you find Thailand? 10. I hope you'll find your stay here in Thailand enjoyable.
Activity 22. Speaking. A. Listen and repeat. Listen to each of the following and repeat after it.
1. Would you like water or a soft drink? 2. Would you care for water or a soft drink? 3. Would you like a glass of water? 4. Would you care for a cup of coffee? 5. I wonder if I might offer you a cup of tea.
B. Listen and respond. You will hear a voice naming a thing or two. Then you must make an offer. Example.
Tea, coffee.
Would you like coffee or tea?
Tea, please, thanks.
1. Water, soft drink.
Water, please, thank you.
2. A drink.
Only if it's not too much trouble for you.
3. Cigarette, cigar.
A cigar, please.
4. A piece of cake.
Yes, please, thank you.
Activity 23. Listening Comprehension. Mr. Smith is a representative from the head office in Los Angeles. The receptionist is introducing him to Kun Wiada, the executive secretary. Listen to the dialogue and do the exercise below.
Mr. Smith, this is Miss Wiada, the executive secretary. Miss Wiada, Mr. Smith.
How do you do, Mr. Smith?
Nice to meet you.
Would you mind coming with me this way, sir? I'll take you to meet our managing director. How did you find your trip, sir?
It was rather nice.
I heard that there was a delay.
Yes, but only 15 minutes, that's all. However, it was really a pleasant journey.
You'll probably find the weather here humid and wet.
Actually, I've been here twice and I'm rather used to the weather now.
I see. Oh, here we are, Mr. Johnson's office. Would you like to take a seat while I let him know that we are here, sir?
Thank you. Activity 24. Complete the dialogue. B. Now listen to the dialogue and respond to the tape by reading Prani's part. You will hear only the receptionist's and Mrs. Kent's part on the tape. Mrs. Kent, a representative from Ramsden Company in Singapore, has come to see Mr. Jim Jones, the shipping manager. Prani is meeting her at the reception desk.
Mrs. Kent, let me introduce Miss Brani, Mr. Jones' secretary. And Miss Brani, this is Mrs. Kent from Ramsden Company in Singapore.
I'm pleased to meet you. Thank you. Yes, please, if it's not too much trouble. Thank you. It was very pleasant. Yes, it is, but in Singapore it's rather humid.
Situation 5. Afternoon. Mr. Goodman has arrived at STC. He is now with Kung Wiyada. She is giving him a brief orientation about the company before he has a meeting with the members of the board. Listen to the dialogue and fill in the blanks with the missing words.
How do you find the hotel?
Very nice and comfortable. The people there are very friendly.
I'm glad to hear that you like it. By the way, would you care for a cup of coffee?
No, thank you. I just had one.
Here's your file, Mr. Goodman. You'll find all the necessary information in it. We still have a lot of time before the meeting, so please allow me to give you a brief description of our company.
That will be very helpful indeed, thanks.
First, let me show you the whole structure of the organization. Our company, with Mr. Johnson as our managing director, is divided into 8 departments: purchasing, shipping, sales, personnel, production, maintenance, marketing and advertising, and finance and accounting. We have 60 staff members altogether.
Does that include the workers at the factories?
No, I mean those working here at the head office. We have over 100 workers at our 2 factories.
So the biggest department is the production department, with several staff members and over 100 workers under its administration.
That's right. However, at the head office here, the sales department has the most staff members. You see, we also have a few retail outlets in Bangkok, and they are under this department's supervision.
Oh, I see. As I read in your brochure, STC is operating in other areas besides manufacturing plastic products.
Yes, that's right. Our company also imports and exports varied kinds of goods. At first, we imported office equipment and office supplies. When we first started, most of our imported goods were typewriters and adding machines. But now, we also bring in electronic equipment, including computers. If you look at this graph, you will see that our computer imports are increasing every year, although they remain constant in the first 2 years.
And do you also export other kinds of goods besides our plastic products?
Yes, various sorts of handicraft. They are also bestsellers. We are thinking of exporting leather goods as well.
That's very interesting.
Oh, it's almost time. Would you like me to take you to the meeting room now?
Please.
Activity 26. Speaking. A. Listen and repeat. 1. Purchasing. The purchasing department. 2. Personnel. The personnel department. 3. Production. The production department. 4. Maintenance. The maintenance department. 5. Finance and accounting. The finance and accounting department. 6. Marketing and advertising. The marketing and advertising department. B. Listen and repeat. 1. Please allow me to give you a brief description of our company. 2. Let me show you the whole structure of our organization. 3. May I show you the structure of our organization? C. You will hear a voice say a word or a phrase. Use it to make an offer to do something and listen to the response. Example.
Give a brief description of our company.
Allow me to give you a brief description of our company.
That will be very helpful indeed. Thanks.
1. Show the whole structure of our organization.
Oh, yes, please.
2. Explain this graph.
That's what I need. Thanks.
3. Show around the office.
If you're sure it's no trouble.
4. Explain how our department operates.
That's very interesting. Situation 6. Today Mr. Goodman is visiting the production department. Nitya, the secretary, is giving him a brief description of the department and the production process. Listen to the dialogue and fill in the blanks with the missing words.
Good morning, Mr. Goodman. Welcome to the production department.
Good morning, Nitya.
The information concerning our department and the factories is in this file. Let me give you a brief description of our department and the production process.
That's just what I need.
Our department, I can say, is the largest department of our company. There are 3 staff members working at this head office and over 100 workers at the factories.
I see. And what kind of plastic products do you mainly produce?
We've been manufacturing mostly kitchenware. It's been our best seller for years. Now, we are thinking of producing plastic educational toys. They are in great demand now.
How do you find out about the consumer's demands?
Every year, we carry out market research to find out the demand for different types of plastic products.
Oh, I see.
You see, we send out a group of researchers to survey the consumers' demands and requirements. Then we give the data that we have collected to the design section to work out the product layout. Next, we propose the layout to the board. When the board has approved, we order the raw materials. As soon as the raw materials arrive at the factories, the production begins.
And how do you transport the finished products?
After they are completed, we check their quality and package them. Then we inform the sales department to collect them.
So, as soon as the products are packaged, your operation is completed?
That's right. Oh, the driver has come for us. Shall we go now?
Situation 7. Today, Alan Ryder, a representative of a firm in the Philippines, is visiting STC. He has come to negotiate with the STC sales manager to act as a sole agent to handle the plastic products of STC in the Philippines. At present, Plunjai Jasaman, a sales representative of the company, is showing him around the showroom. Listen to the dialogue and fill in the blanks with the missing words.
We manufacture various kinds of plastic products. All of them are displayed in this showroom. We have exported them to several different Asian countries so far.
I see. I recognize this set of kitchenware. A friend of mine in the Philippines said that he had bought it in Hong Kong.
Our kitchenware has been a bestseller in Asia. It is made of durable, non-toxic plastic. It is manufactured in various sizes and shapes to suit a variety of uses.
And each set consists of different sizes.
Yes, there are 5 to 6 sizes in each set. This is to save storage space when they are not in use.
What about the color?
This is the blue set. They come in 4 colors altogether: blue, pink, green, and white.
I see. And what other types of plastic products do you manufacture?
We also have other types of household utensils, such as baskets, dustbins, etc., and office utensils. They're displayed in that corner.
Are they made of the same kind of plastic as the kitchenware?
Oh no, of course not. The quality of this plastic is not as good as that of the kitchenware, since it is not used in cooking.
And they are more colorful than the kitchenware. They look very attractive indeed. Oh, those typewriters and other electric goods, do you manufacture them too?
No, Mr. Writer. They're imported. Most of the electric goods there are made in Japan.
This electric typewriter, what make is it?
It's a Batman. It's from Japan. It's a new brand name.
Activity 32. Speaking. A. Listen and repeat. 1. We manufacture various kinds of products. 2. It is made of durable, non-toxic plastic. 3. It is manufactured in various sizes and shapes. 4. Each set consists of different sizes. 5. They come in 4 different colors. 6. They are more colorful than the kitchenware. 7. They look very attractive indeed. 8. Most of the electric goods there are made in Japan. B. Listen and respond. Look at the pictures. Listen to the conversation of the 2 boys. Use the cues given in the boxes to complete the missing part orally. After you have finished practicing orally, write the missing parts in the pictures. What did you get for your birthday, Ken?
I was very surprised, I can tell you.
What kind is it? I don't mean the color. What make is it?
It's a very special one.
What do you mean, special? Don't be silly, of course, it's got 2 wheels.
I've always wanted one like that.
Where is it made? C. Listen and respond. Speaking and writing. Look at the picture below. Listen to each question and answer it orally. When you have finished, listen to the questions again. Write each question and the answer in the space provided.
Question 1. How much is this fan? Question 2. How many colors do they come in? Question 3. What make is it? Question 4. Oh, so it's made in Thailand, isn't it? Question 5. What is its size? Question 6. What is it made of? Question 7. What are its special features?
Activity 34. Listening Comprehension. Tuanjai is now describing two objects to Mr. Ryder. Listen to the description of the objects and complete the table below.
Here are two electric kettles. This one here is a Finnick and the other one is a Shape. This Finnick PX100 is the latest model. It has just arrived from Korea. But the Japanese-made Shape SA22 electric kettle was launched in Thailand 2 years ago. It has been selling very well here. The Finnick is the same height as the Shape. However, the diameter of its top is 2 inches smaller than that of the Shape. The Shape has an 8-inch diameter. They are both made of stainless steel. The Finnick has an automatic switch-off and is only 1,200 baht. The Shape kettle has no automatic switch-off, but whistles when the water is boiling. It costs 1,300 baht, just 100 baht more than the Finnick. However, both of them are of the same quality and are safe to use.
Situation 8. Mrs. Linda Kirk has just come in, and Sakter-kun, another sales representative of the company, is attending to her. Listen to the dialogue and fill the blanks with the missing words.
Good morning, madam. Can I help you?
Good morning. I'm looking for a few electric typewriters for my office.
You have come to the right place, madam. We have a good selection of office equipment here.
Yes, I can see you have a variety of equipment displayed here. What make is this one?
Oh, this is Olympia. It's made in Germany. This one is a Batman. It's made in Japan. The Batman, although it has just been launched, is as good as the Olympia. They both are different from the others on the market, since they can be connected to a computer and used as a printer.
And what about their prices? How much is the Olympia?
The Olympia is more expensive than the Batman. It costs 23,000 baht, but the Batman is only 22,500. The prices are reasonable when you consider the performance. You can change the daisy wheel if you want a different typeface, and you can also choose what color ribbon you want.
What do you recommend?
Well, both of them, I can say, are of the highest standard. They are ideal for office use. However, the Olympia is better known since it is an older brand name. Whichever you buy, we'll send someone to demonstrate how to operate it at your company. The purchase will be under guarantee for 3 years, and during the time, we'll send someone to check it every 3 months. This is a free service.
I'd like to have 2 of each make. How soon can you deliver them?
As soon as you wish, madam. But could you fill in the purchase order form at that desk, please?
Certainly. By the way, I also want to buy a portable radio cassette player. Can I have a brochure, please?
Certainly. I'll get it for you while you are filling out the form.
Activity 37. Speaking. A. Listen and repeat.
1. You have come to the right place. 2. We have a good selection of office equipment here. 3. The prices are reasonable when you consider the performance. 4. Both of them, I can say, are of the highest standard. 5. They are ideal for office use. 6. We'll send someone to demonstrate how to operate it at your company. 7. The purchase will be under guarantee for 3 years. 8. This is a free service.
B. Listen and respond. You will hear a sentence describing the quality of an object. Use the phrase, I can say, I really think, etc. to make the description sound more convincing. Example:
This typewriter is of the highest standard.
I can assure you that this typewriter is of the highest standard.
1. This is the world's simplest and most powerful computerized dictionary. 2. The Norton video cassette recorder is really an easy-to-operate machine. 3. The Norton video cassette recorder will keep you in touch with the world. 4. This new model of carton camera has many of the features you want. 5. This Coca-Cola film delivers sharp detail and rich colour.
D. The voice on the tape will ask you about the price of an object. When you hear each question, use the information provided to give a response. Example:
How much is this handbag?
It's 1,000 baht.
1. How much is this electric fan? 2. How much does this iron cost? 3. What's the price of this camera? 4. How much is this television including tax?